Hey there YouTube, welcome back to another video. Sorry it's been a bit of a delay between my last video and this, but as you know I'm still lacking on actual things to paint, and even though I have painted like 4 little projects, only really 2 of them are important enough to even bother making a video on. Basically one of the little projects I just finished was some small figures for Core Space, which were basically just like female Imperial Guardsmen by Brother Vinny's, and because I decided to sort of make them tactical security, so kind of you get your basic security, who are kind of underneath, power wise underneath the Galactic Core, which are the police. And I wanted a sort of in-between unit, so basically these guys are basically security with a little bit of light armour and basically a rifle. So I painted those guys up. They're really great sculpts actually, and I did quite enjoy painting them, but I did kind of have a bit of a struggle over their colour scheme. My sort of basic security guys, which unfortunately I haven't got my Core Space miniatures here, otherwise I'd show you, but my basic sort of theme when I first painted them were kind of semi-based on the colours of like a Bespin security guard, if you remember Empire Strikes Back. So kind of, basically like a blue uniform, and I think I gave them yellow highlights rather than sort of gold, just because it showed up better on blue. But I think these guys, when I was painting them, I needed them to be a little bit more sort of high visibility. So what I did was I kind of borrowed their colour scheme from the Dutch Belgians, and used orange for the shoulder pads and stuff. So they're kind of like a mixture of blue and orange. And although they're nothing super special to look at, I think they came out pretty cool. But like I say, they're not really super special enough to sort of bother showing really. But who knows? Maybe in the future when I actually get around to doing perhaps like a little playthrough of Core Space, you'll get to see them during a game rather than me doing a particular video on them. Anyway, something I also did primarily for Core Space, but also when I found these guys, I bought them just because they're bloody cool miniatures, basically. But these are the police, the OCP Detroit Police models from that I've got from Etsy, the 3D prints. These guys really caught my eye when I came across them. I came across them by complete fluke, and these guys are actually extremely close to what the Galactic Core in Core Space are actually like. So I thought these guys would make a really good addition to those police forces. Again, obviously for Core Space. Basically, whenever I do sci-fi stuff, it's basically for Core Space, basically. But these guys really caught my eye, and they're really decent miniatures. So I thought I'd show you them quickly, and it's going to be quite a short video. But we're going to start off with this guy here. I think the coolest thing about this set is that it's all individual sculpts. I think this guy is supposed to be Murphy, actually. I'm not 100% sure. It's either him. There's basically 3 people that have their visors up. It's either this guy or this guy, and I think one of them is meant to be Murphy, and I think it could be this guy. I think he's the one who most resembles the guy, the actor who plays him in the films. I'm not sure who this guy's supposed to be. I'd imagine that having the visors up, they're supposed to be a specific character. I mean, perhaps it's supposed to be him as well, but either way, you can see that they're really, really well detailed figures. I used like 3 shades of blue. I went and looked, scoured the internet for like cosplayers, dressing up as these guys, and used the sort of colour schemes that they, as close to their uniforms as possible, as well as looking at actual like stills of, what survived from the movie, because I don't think there's a massive amount of the actual police uniforms left. The helmets were actually made out of hockey helmets, which I found was quite interesting. Now obviously the real guys have clear visors on their helmets, but obviously you can't really do that with the with a a physical printed figure. So I kind of used my classic periscope colour, which is I think Panzer Aces. I would show you it, but I think I've put it into a random paint box when I was packing away my paints, and have kind of lost track of it. But I have used it many a time in the past. It's a really good colour for. I think it's meant to be used for like tank periscopes originally, but I find it a really good colour for glass. So here's the first two guys, and you can see that I think they came out really cool. And again, using the paint pen technique on their bases to make it look like they're on a space station or on a sidewalk of a sort of futuristic city. Yeah, two guys there, and you can also see that I alternated them between wearing gloves and not as well, which I thought was quite a cool idea. So that's the two of the three guys that have actually got their visors raised. Then we'll go for, I think this guy, this female police officer here is supposed to be Lewis. Again, you can kind of, although I wouldn't say it's an exact copy, it's got something Lewisy about it, or at least the actress that plays her. It's quite cool. There is actually male and female mixed in within the 10 figures that came in the pack. So yeah, really happy with how she turned out. And then obviously all the other guys have got their visors down and stuff, but they're all really decent sculpts, and they're all individually positioned as well, which is really cool. You can see the sort of the visor down. I was quite happy with the way the sort of visor effect came out. I sort of wet blended some lighter colours into the visor. Maybe not on all of the guys, but on some of them as sort of an experiment. And I think it worked. Others I just kind of sort of highlighted it as a sort of experiment. I'm not 100% sure which one came out better, to tell you the truth, but I like the way they turned out anyway. I didn't feel that black was a good enough colour for the visor. I mean, normally I would go for black for a visor, but obviously they're meant to be clear, so but then again they're not really meant to be ACP Police, so I wanted something that would do the job still, but look different enough to still look like a sort of a glass style visor, even if it's tinted. And here's another. See, this is a female officer. Yeah, really decent. I really enjoy painting these guys. I mean, you could think, well, they're just basically like 2 or 3 colours. It's really boring, but I really enjoy painting these guys. Once I'd nailed the paint scheme down, which, to tell the truth, didn't take particularly long. I think the first figure received maybe a couple of coats of different blue, because I wanted the blue on the vest to differ from the blue on the jumpsuit, but still almost the same. And I think I managed to find that colour quite effectively. Colours that I used, I believe for the jumpsuit I used a contrast blue, which was begins with an A, Avalon blue, perhaps, something like that. Of course, in typical style, I can't find. Oh, here we go. Leviathan blue. That's the blue that I used for their jumpsuits. It's a really nice dark blue. And for the jackets, their armoured vests, I used one of the Foundry French blues. I think it was B. Yeah, this one. Oh, this is charcoal black, actually. This is what I used for the base colour, highlighting their black. I think let's see. Well, that's obviously there's C. Obviously, I used B as the base and C to highlight it. But I can't seem to find. Oh, here you go. Yeah, the sticker came off. That's right. So this is the one. So obviously, foundry plate system's all the same. We've got A, B, and C anyway. So that's that. So that is the Robocop OCP Police, aka Galactic Core reinforcements for core space. So while I'm here, I'll just kind of give you a little glimpse into what I'm kind of working on next. These guys actually finished before my project that I'm going to make a separate video on. But at the moment, I'm working on these chaps here. So these are, if you recognise them, mobile infantry from Starship Troopers. Again, I think they're actually made by the same company that did the OCP Police for Robocop. These are obviously mobile infantry from Starship Troopers, and these again are absolutely amazing sculpts. I'm really looking forward to. Well, I've done like a sort of I'm in the process of doing a test model. So here's like a test model. I think the light grey on the uniform is just maybe a shade too light. I might need to, maybe if I shade it up, it'll, give it a wash of null and oil. That'll kind of give it the extra little bit of tone that I need. But I think I've dialed in the colours now, and I think they'll paint up really well. And like I say, again, I can't remember that. I think it's Pascal's or something like that. The company that actually produces these figures. And obviously I just got them off an Etsy guy who's obviously got the license. There's two, I think it was two, was it one pack? Yeah, I think it was. It's one pack of 13 miniatures. And I think it was like £25, something like that. I'll take you through them all. So they've got this chap running. Got another one running here. Again, they're all individual positions. Again, the sort of the heroes are kind of mixed in. You can kind of tell who they are. So, for instance, I think this guy's supposed to be Rico, and this is Dizzy. Yeah, supposed to be Dizzy, I believe. And there's one more kind of command type figure. And I'll just take you through them all. And there's obviously a mixture of guys with sniper rifle variants as well. You can actually get another pack with guys with like the nuke launchers and stuff. I didn't particularly go for those guys. And there's a few more. But as you can see, they're all individual sculpts. They're all really highly detailed. And lastly, there's even a broadcaster guy who has the first grey that I tried, which is actually a couple of shades too dark for the jumpsuit. So of course he will be repainted at some point when I get to him. Obviously, to me, this is the most boring figure, but he is cool all the same. Again, for uses, probably. They'll definitely get used for core space for something. I'm not 100% sure exactly what at the moment. But there is actually rules for sort of journalists with cameras. So perhaps this guy could be somehow drafted into one of those teams. It'd be quite cool. But yeah, that's kind of my next little project. So that kind of wraps up this video. Obviously my next video, which I'm going to record straight after this, is my, I'll leave it as a surprise, but if you're friends with me on Facebook, or perhaps you might have seen my post on the PCP, my massive, well, it's the biggest ship I've ever done anyway, but my massive 3D printed starship, or shuttle rather, is going to be next, and I'm going to try and do like a real in-depth close-in view on it and stuff, and show you all the details. and sort of like also the process that I went through painting it. So I hope you like the sounds of that, and obviously it'll be up next. So until then, I'll catch you all later. Bye bye.